Some people do post study videos or videos where they're, multitasking, and it seems like they just want company while they're doing it. And I mean, sometimes I'm doing that, but I'm also doing that to make a video, to focus on the video. And so no, I was just quickly typing something, but now I'm here. So I wanted to do a video, whether there be music in it later or whatever else. Chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. There will always be chapstick. Yeah. Thankfully, I did find this forever. Just a moment. That was kind of cool. What that was there was a bit of lotion on my hand, and when I covered the camera for a moment, it kind of looked like shadow yet lit circles. Did you notice that? Anywho, I just thought this might be a good topic. I'd really love to wait until there's people here to start, and so it's always that temptation of saying it's always the temptations of saying well, somebody did, but otherwise, yeah. Okay, so basically, what really inspired this? I don't know if I should say the names of the individuals, but there was. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, I almost thought I came across somebody I had on another social media on here, searching something kind of random, which apparently I have kind of done a meditation video of before, but I didn't forget to use the track tonight. I might in the future if you'd like. Beyond Hope Success, if you'd like to give me ideas for guided meditation on that theme. But there was a guy, yeah, and he said, he's been trying to figure life out for past 4 or 5 years, or 3 or 4 years, whatever, and he looked to be close to 40 or 50, so it didn't really seem to make much sense to me. Anywho, yeah, what I'm going to say is I'm going to wait to keep talking until somebody tunes in. So if you're seeing this after it's posted, enjoy this. Just enjoy. Okay, so I've recently started following on here a couple of people, and one girl who does music in Bangladesh. She claimed that she is not ADHD. However, the viewer left, but I feel like I started the story. Now I'm going to pause. Yes, I'm going to pause. Let it be a cliffhanger because I don't want to just be talking to nobody. At this point in time, I have to watch my energy, and use it carefully, so to speak. So, can always skip ahead a little bit to get to the next stuff. But I'm going to pause. You can also, I don't know if I should do this or not, and I don't know if I should say his name, and I don't know if he'd care, but I have it on low right now, which you may or may not even notice. But one of the guys that I follow does meditative guitar music, and that's playing. I'm waiting for him to look up from his guitar and say something to the comments. The very first time I saw him, he was fairly quick to look at the comments, but maybe no, that was about mid video, I think. And I skipped ahead on one that had already been posted and saw that he sort of noticed. Thank people for being there. That's one thing, if I really, really strongly disagree with what you're saying, then I probably won't say much to you. But otherwise, oh, wait. It's not cloudy again, and he's not intentionally doing that either. It's got a bit cloudy outside again. It's been coming and going, but it doesn't seem that much less bright in here, and especially not on camera. So, yeah, I follow this musician, and she claims she doesn't have ADHD, but I've seen her very rarely do a full song, because she plays music. And I'm not dissing her, by the way, and the person left. You know, the other thing about this title is I thought it might actually bring the people who actually feel they can focus and stick around without getting distracted. There are things you can build a queue, you can open it up. But then, as other things in life too come up, people with busier environments in their home live with more people, or the device dies or whatever. Like they come in here like, oh, this looks like something I'd like to settle into. Shit. Yeah, they invent chargers for a reason, but at the same time, I understand you want to let it get up to a certain level before you might want to use it. So hopefully, if that's ever happening to people, they let it do so and then they come back. Again, you can skip ahead to the next bit of juiciness. I'm just going to pause. I'm just going to shit. Is it? Okay. And I mean, this is not meant to be an insult, but I will just say I honestly think that that the number has pretty much, whether it's the same four or not, pretty much consistently been between 4 and 8 until I mention it. Now it says 1 on his, but fairly consistently most of the time. I've got to think that this lovely guitar music is putting some people to sleep, and they're just still there because of that reason. Either that, or am I just easily tired? I mean, in some ways, it's kind of nice that I'm able to feel soothed and get into this relaxation mode. But it also, and Brandon, if you see this, I mean, I'm not meaning to make you feel bad at all. I mean, at the same time, hopefully you might understand. It's reminding me of the difficulties of. If you could put that light on, that would be great. Thank you. Of well, not just focus, but also you know, feel like I'm always waiting for stuff sometimes. And like with him, feel like I'm just waiting for him to look up and acknowledge. Oh, interestingly, I don't know if I'm going to say much else to her, but somebody else finally did just comment, and so at least I have someone to maybe chat with there. And of course, Lindsay, and might have to give him something to. Okay, you're going to play piano or something. Can you get him some that thing from there? I guess we finished off the other ones. Just give him one of those. He's just being annoying. I thought I fed him already too, but maybe not. Yeah, this stuff's there. Anywho, so yeah, so she, but maybe she's just holding a bunch of suggestions in her head. We have to put the mic in the thing, but she very, you know, I'll never forget when she said she didn't, because it seems like she does to me. But like she'll be like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I can do that one, and then it's like as she's looking it up, yeah, I can do that one, and then she's reading other comments, and it doesn't take her forever to do the song. I like myself sometimes, but it takes me forever to even think of the song sometimes. Um, but no, it seems very easy. And then this guy, I guess, is almost the opposite. Like he just will go for 15 minutes to almost an hour, doing pretty much the same thing. I think if I think maybe I'm alluding to it, and maybe I will be a bit more direct with it later and just kind of give him feedback, like to balance it. How about you play for 15 minutes, then look up and see your comments for 15 minutes, and then play? I mean, I don't want him to come out of his zenful state, but balance is a good thing. And Braylon ain't saying anything. Anywho, so other than that, I was hoping that people might want to come and talk about ADHD or lack thereof. And I was hoping that I forget if there's something else other than, if you're not ADHD, you need to stay here for 2 or 3 hours. If I can manage to do the same, although probably not, but maybe later this evening or tomorrow, then we can set against record for. Well, if that 18-hour one of those artists didn't post, Sonny, what are you doing? Hey, get out of there! Hey, move! Sorry, dog's being naughty. Then I'm not sure why. It looked like it was, at the 12 to 15 minute mark, it looked like it still was. And the 7-1 posted, and we saw that there was, like, we looked up what's the record longest video, and I mean, whether it stayed posted or not, I don't know. But but no, I mean, I enjoy doing these or whatever, but I don't have stamina that lasts more than 3 hours, I don't think. So far, anyway. Prove me wrong if you'd like to, but right now nobody's here, so that isn't doing it for me. But maybe some music in the background. Actually, I'd like to see how these. Like, this isn't very loud. I'm almost tempted to make it a bit louder. I don't know if you find that you could play along with this kind of thing. And again, what do you think? It's not really his piano style. Well, I could try it out, but it's okay. Anyway, don't talk when you're doing that because it's not good for your lungs. So, and not talk and talking when there's nobody here even hearing isn't great for mine either. So, I'm gonna try and go zen. Probably not succeed, but whatever. And Sonny, if you're gonna be naughty, I have to go upstairs. If you're gonna be noisy and naughty. I also want to. Okay, I do have potentially something that we can watch in it. Because we had a documentary that we've had open on a computer for a few days, so maybe we'll actually watch it tonight. I don't know whether I'm going to find it interesting or not, but I potentially might. I think the classical pianist in the house definitely might. Defiantly. Just kidding. Can they show me more small YouTubers or just regular YouTubers in the live chat? Nothing like breaking news or political or video games. Or I'm seeing a lot of like people just giving tours of places, different places, or walking around in different places. Interesting and everything, but and interestingly, I just saw one. I'm not going to say where we're from, but I just saw one. I didn't recognize the name. One of the commenters, I tried to get his attention, but on the cell phone, I couldn't tag the comment. But I capped his name, tried to get his attention, tell him that he lives in the same place I do, pretty much, like in the same city, but he did not notice. How sad, eh? But he lives here? Yeah, kind of. Sad that I live here sometimes. But, I make the most of it. Train watching video? That would be noisy and kind of boring. Holy rubber duckies. Live from Two Friends Restaurant. Looks like there's a lot more than two friends in there. At each table and in general. Well, it says now that there's only one person watching, but he's gotten 4 likes, and for a while I was the only like, I think. So, but the one I try to start a conversation with in his live stream has. Oh, but then it's now 3 again. Maybe he'll look up and want to talk. There are lots of people that are looking for people just to chat with, whether it's about something that stresses them out or just in general. Maybe when I ask that question, sometimes maybe people are more so hoping just to come and forget their stresses for a bit. And we can certainly do that too. But, yeah. You worry, then you care. Yes, sorry. He Brendan looked up and looked to one side. Oh, and then he looked up forward. but he's still not paying attention to the camera. I mean, he does, and it looks like he's about to, maybe. So I might wrap this one up. I've been waiting for this moment. Curious what he has to say. Then it's really in front of the circle. Anybody know what WSG stands for? Yeah, what does that mean exactly? I guess maybe he just doesn't feel chatty sometimes, but he's sure got good focus for doing the same kind of guitar stuff. You know, I just feel like, not that there's been a lot of people saying things in here, and, you know, I'm not hugely mad, but I just feel like his viewers are going to feel ignored. Like, he just literally, okay, he didn't process it, maybe. No, he's looked up at the screen twice, and the guy said 3 times, and the guy said, what brand of guitar is that? And he's looking 4 times, and he still hasn't said, you know what brand of guitar you is, and you haven't hit it in the past. You looked a bit closer there. Okay. Clear it into my conversation, but he seems like he's starting to very slowly become curious about the comment section. Anyway, I think he is. Either that or he's wrapping up. Let me just see. I don't want to record him if he's talking. I'm going to wrap up. Oh, where am I? Where am I? No. What are you there? You're talking or playing, dude? Playing it is. Let's see what the two sound like together. Gibson, but I like it a lot. I did just hit balance, man, so hopefully you'll know what I'm saying. Actually, I couldn't do that. For whatever reason, I couldn't do that. You know, see a bunch of comments on the screen, and it's not even just feeling like I'm behind, but see a bunch of comments on the screen and just ignore them. You know, like you say, he does kind of acknowledge, and I'm not meaning to put him down, but that being said, yeah, I think I'm gonna talk to you.